Friends, this is the final episode of She's a Super Geek. Senda and I have a message we'd like to play before our final episode.
That was the last time I'm going to say clicky for this show. So, I'm having feels.
I am too. I had things to say and now I'm like, oh God.
They're all gone. Well, we should start with the really basic stuff that is the reason that we're recording this, which is that, gosh, y'all, it's been a delight. And thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting us. If you did on Patreon or just on Twitter, chatting with us or sharing us out with people, it was really fantastic. Thank you to all the game designers who gave us their games to run or came on and ran their games for us, which was the best.
Thank you to all the guest players who came on and played games with us.
I think the most amazing part of this experience has been getting to know as many cool people as we did.
Yes. When we started, I had only played Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition and a single session of a one-on-one Fate game with Senda. I was a very different player, a very different GM. This show really forced me to do a lot of growing.
Yeah, in good ways. I mean, I think it did for both of us. I think it's been a really wonderful thing to create. And boy, I'm really, really glad we did this. And I'm glad that I did it with you. And I'm also happy that, I feel like when we started this, it was really hard to find other women doing RPG podcasts.
Yep. Yes.
And I don't think that that's true in the same way at all anymore. And I think that I feel really good about hanging up our hats for some well-earned rest.
I feel really good about that too. I feel sad that we're going to be losing something.
Yeah.
But it's going to be okay. We're still going to be friends.
Yeah.
We're still on Twitter for all of you who want to interact with us.
And I think we should make it clear that, part of the reason this show is ending is the spoon giving to work ratio has been slowly descending for a long time.
Pandemic did not help.
And the pandemic really, really pushed that a little faster. And, editing and creating is work. And I think we've both really enjoyed doing it. But I think it's also time for us to reclaim a lot of time in our lives.
And the good news is our friend Miriam Ahmed, will be doing something.
Yeah.
We're supporting them.
Right. We've talked about this a little bit before, so this is your reminder. We don't have an exact launch date yet because the pandemic means that all the dates that we sort of thought were, there are a little bit mushy, but sometime very early next year, like in the first couple of months of next year, once we sort out what other hosts they might want to work with, we are so excited to see what Miriam does going forward. Their new show is going to be a show similar to She's a Super Geek. It is, as of yet, untitled.
Code name is They're a Super Geek.
Maybe. Right. So it's going to be a show that focuses on marginalized genders in leadership roles in gaming. It will be an actual play that will be live streaming, but our goal is to also then release that in podcast format. So if that is the way that you like to control, or if that is the way that you like to consume your media, then we're hoping to have it available that way for you as well. But so keep your eyes and ears peeled. We'll be announcing it across all the shows on the network and across all the Twitter platforms everywhere as soon as we sort out all those details. And I think we continue to be extremely excited just to see what they do with it. And we would really love to just, take as much of our audience, as many of you as we can, and just point you at them instead, because that's going to be hopefully the new place where you get the same kind of play of lots of little games as one-shots, and that you're going to get people who are not necessarily the stereotype of the gamer running and playing in those games.
Well, I have just one more thing to say. It
Oh,
is.
boy.
So we're recording this on the solstice.
We are.
So I have a gift for Senda for solstice and for, God, 6 years altogether.
We did this show for 6 years.
We
That's
started
amazing.
planning in
I'm sorry.
2014.
Let me say that right. That's amazing.
That's amazing.
I came up with the name Christmas of 2014.
Yeah. We had
Yeah.
been talking about it beforehand and sort of doing some preparations, but yes,
Yeah, we
around
didn't know the
Christmas
name yet.
2014 is when the name came, and I think the first episodes came in May.
Yeah, the following year.
So it is now December 2020. Some of us have a different legal name.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
both of us have different
Both of us
legal
have different
names.
legal names. I got a divorce.
Right. I legally changed my name.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I, Andromeda Fox, being of sound mind and body, do declare that Pandas Talking Games is a real podcast. They have over 220 episodes. Senda is indeed the co-host. I am just jealous, but I have loved having a bit, and I might continue occasionally to do the bit as a callback, but I am hanging up my hat of pretending Pandas Talking Games is not a real podcast.
Right.
So
good.
happy solstice and
Thanks.
merry
don't have
podcast
anything-
ending.
I don't have anything to give you because I've always believed in your other podcast.
That's fair. But
Maybe I shouldn't have. Then I would have a solstice gift for you.
you have given me more than you will ever know
Aw.
in terms of support and friendship. And now I'm going to cry.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is funny because our friendship isn't ending. There's
No.
the podcast is.
Just the podcast. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all so much
Thank you,
for
Senda.
listening. Thanks, Andy. You're the best.
Thanks to everyone at the Misdirected Mark Network.
Oh, that's me too.
Yes. And everyone who has ever listened or gave us a shout out or given us money or told us we were cool or anything.
Yeah, reviewed the show, hung out with us at conventions, played games with us, all of those things. Thank you. It's been a really wonderful journey. And, you know, I think we're wrapping this one up and we're going to go off and do other different things.
Right. You can hear me on the Redemption podcast, and you can hear Senda on Pandas Talking Games every Monday.
A real live
It's
show.
a real show.
Maybe we should just clarify really quickly. So, the Redemption podcast is a long form actual play Star Wars campaign
Yes.
podcast in which Andy is phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
And Pandas Talking Games is a show that keeps slowly getting longer.
It was supposed to be 15 minutes, right?
Yes, in which
It's like
Phil
45 now.
Phil Vecchione and I sit down and talk about GMing or playing or just gaming stuff in general. We do it based on listener questions 95% of the time. So you can toss questions at us into our Twitter or our email and we will answer them on air because that's what we like to do.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on what kind of show you're into and what voice you just want to listen to for a while, that's where you can still find us.
Do you want to know a secret?
Is it a podcast?
Well, I've sometimes listened to Pandas Talking Games, even
when you
though I
didn't
was
believe
saying
in
it wasn't a real podcast because I like
Yeah.
I like hearing you and Phil talk about games.
I'm told that we have good chemistry.
You do have good chemistry. We have good chemistry.
Yeah. Chemistry is so important on mics.
I think we're wandering off, and that's okay.
I think we're really wandering off because neither of us are quite
Graduation
ready.
goggles.
Yeah, right? It is that. It's very much that because I'm sad, but in like a nostalgic way.
Yes,
I'm not upset that we're ending the
no.
show.
It's the right decision. It's the right time.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? We made it through the entire pandemic year.
God, hoping this is the only one. So, thank you, Senda. I love you. I love doing this project most of the time.
I mean, any long-term project is gonna
It's gonna have
those
have
moments.
its moments. So I should probably finish editing our last episode, though. It's 5 p.m. the day before
On
it's supposed
Monday.
to drop, and it's not done, and I'm supposed to play Star Trek later.
Cool. Well, this is the last time you will have to do it.
Oh my god, I almost want to pull an
thank you.
all-nighter, but I don't think I need that much time.
Don't do it.
No,
Don't
I don't
do
need that
it.
much time.
And yeah, I don't know. Thank you for doing this thing with me and having this brainchild and being on board and like doing all of the work rearranging that we did over the years and everything to make it keep going. And
well, in podcast world, 5 years is like 20, so they're ready to 100. Like they're more than ready to leave the nest, right?
Right, yes. I was going to say it's time for us to roll over and turn into a vampire. It's 100 years old. You have to bury us under the dirt for the night, and then the next night we'll
why
come out of the ground as a vampire. I don't know. Just go with it.
I mean, yes, according to like Buffy lore, if I remember correctly, that's how you do. You don't have to bury, but apparently that's tradition, if I remember Angel correctly. But why does being 100 have anything to do with it?
I don't know, because we're really, really, really old and probably already dead.
So one, oh boy.
Now is the time to end on that note.
Well, okay, now this makes me sad.
Sorry.
It's not a death. It is going to be a rebirth.
Yeah.
Just like the solstice, the sun will come back. And just because the sun is setting on this particular project doesn't mean the sun is going to be gone.
No.
We'll be back in the morning. We should probably end it. Thank you for joining us for our adventures.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Don't stop adventuring. Go out there. Have fun, explore, run your games, and don't let anybody stop you from being the kind of gamer you want to be.
She's a Super Geek is a proud member of the Misdirected Mark Network, at least until the end of the year. Episode 147 is brought to you by our patrons. Encoded Designs, Rich Howard, Sean Kelly, Josh Wilson, Landon Smith, Darcy Ross, Ariel Weiss, Kevin Lovecraft, Misdirected Mark, and Rob Abrazado. Thank you all so much. Without the support of all of our patrons, SassGeek would not have lasted this long.
He's a rock and roll play baby, and she throws a natural 20 crazy. She's a rock and roll play baby, and she's nothing near the normal and maybe.
You're listening to episode 147 of She's a Super Geek, the actual play RPG podcast highlighting women as GMs. Hello everyone, I'm Andi, and I apologize if I sound a little bit teary. We're finishing up our playthrough of Ash Kreider's new game, Our Traveling Home. Miriam Ahmed is joining us as well, and we had so much fun with this game. Keep an eye out on Kickstarter for Our Traveling Home, most likely in February of 2021.
Marks sounded like folks hit some.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to hear, Lament, you hit a mark there.
Yeah, provide comfort to someone who needs it. I felt like I learned that part of my reparations for things I've done, especially to my family at this point, is to acknowledge what I've done, like actually acknowledge and not try to deflect, and work towards fixing it, even if it's not fixable.
I'm not sure if I hit this one or not, because I'm not sure if it was fear, but I have one that is let fear stop you from speaking your true feelings for the chosen. I got real close to speaking my true to the cursed. I got real close to speaking my true feelings, but I did not. But I don't know if it was fear.
I think it counts.
Okay.
Repeating history. There's a lot of superstitions.
Fear of rejection.
I learned that I care enough that I'm scared of them leaving.
Oh no. Okay. I received comfort from an unexpected source. I never would have expected to be comforted by anything Lament said. So yeah, I think I learned that Shard isn't the only one that I'm attached to here. Yeah, awesome. And Andy was mostly not playing as Vixel, so we are gonna absolutely blast right through Calm Before the Storm by just super quick. Each one of us, why don't you just like frame like we're gonna montage this, pick one of the prompts and someone that you want to do it with, and then just kind of describe what that looks like. Normally we would play these scenes out, but it's a one shot, so we're not. And if there's anything that's not on this list that you want to do, feel free. So go for a walk in the wilds, challenge someone to a game, do some minor tasks you've been putting off, read to someone or get them to read to you, or cook a meal.
I actually cook a meal. I think I'm going to cook a meal for all of us. Magically, though. Right? I don't actually cook, but I use magic to make cooking happen. So, and it's something like that's both a little bit fancy, but also mostly comfort food. And it's just like one of those things that is, the smell wafts through the house as I'm setting it on the table and kind of just calls everybody by smelling delicious. Yeah. And so I think that we just have like one more kind of slightly subdued, but, supportive chosen family meal around the table.
I'm going to tell Aaron that I am interested in reading. I can't read. I'm a demon. I'm a water demon. But the book, they've been reading sounds interesting. So, would they, read some of it to me? And so when we're alone, though, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't actually care about that. You need to know that the wizard is running out of time. And we'll just leave it. I think we'll leave it at that. So that I get to make a mark, too.
Aaron does actually end up reading to you, though.
Aww.
Because that was going to be my moment. I don't think I'm quite ready to, have a one-on-one interaction with Lament yet. I think that whole thing of I'm attached to more people than just Shard in this situation. So I think Aaron is great, okay, yes. It's that moment of nothing more needs to be said. So then they go and get their book and they come back and they have a bookmark that's 2/3 of the way through the book, but they remove the bookmark and they flip back to the first page.
Aww.
And they start reading it to you.
And I think at some point there's a, maybe Shard or Lament goes looking for one or both of them, and Aaron is reading out loud from the book, but also holding the bubble ball, and I think that I am definitely asleep.
Aww.
I made this game and it's giving me too many feelings.
Right?
That means you made a really good game.
Awesome. Lament.
I am going to challenge Shard to one last game. Except because I don't have magic and can't really fly, it's going to be croquet. With regular bats.
out on the deck up top. Yeah.
You have a whole deck for croquet, but nobody knew it until now.
Well, it's a cruise ship, so yeah.
And I actually ask Aaron to join in because I feel like Aaron is having this big FOMO because of the past. And I want Aaron to feel like, no, you can make new memories.
That's great. Oh, I love it.
Oh.
So you feel a little more connected. In my own way, I'm trying to be Cupid to make up for what I did to Dream.
It's so cute and so perfect. I could die.
Essentially, we're playing the equivalent of what is croquet. Instead of magical explosions, it's essentially bath bombs and everything's wet because this is a ship and everything. So if it actually touches the croquet hoops, it starts fizzing and exploding.
Yeah, nobody set that up. Nobody pulled a prank there.
Yeah, and it's sort of throughout the game, basically trying to help make new memories, especially between Aaron and Shard, to sort of be you belong and you can make new memories. Just because you weren't in the old ones doesn't mean you can't make new ones.
That is the perfect place to leave it. We're going to blow right past actually doing our lessons, but just keep note of the marks that you hit. And it is now time to see how it ends.
Yay!
The moment you've been dreading arrives. The war arrives on your doorstep and the enemy makes a direct attack against the home. It's time to fight to protect what you love at any cost. So, this game is for everyone and is played when all of the Act 2 games have been played. If anyone has not used their starred mark for Act 2, they will need to incorporate it into this round of scenes. Yeah, it sneaks up on you in one-shots.
Yeah, just to let you know, my thing is I have to make a pact with you, Aaron, to protect to aid the wizard,
mine
so.
is foolishly
Yeah.
throw yourself into danger to protect the family. So that will be absolutely easy
Great.
to accommodate.
Yeah, I feel like
I think I accomplished mine in that previous one because I turned my back on my old self by actually trying to repair.
Yeah,
I think you absolutely did. Okay, great. So
Yeah.
feelings. First, we decide as a group, why has war finally broken out? What happened? Where does the first attack happen? And why does it jeopardize the home?
A new wizard has been out of stasis who would have the same skill sets as both Shard and Lament.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think she leads them right to our doorstep.
Yeah. Yep. She obviously knows how to find it.
Mm-hmm.
And she also has the same skills, so doesn't really need Shard anymore, or Lament necessarily.
Maybe she
No,
never
she never did. Cool.
No. Supreme Magus was
Magus
like,
doesn't need either of us
because got Dream now.
Oh, right, yeah.
right. Sorry.
Oh!
Yeah. So
Supreme Magus
right.
has Dream.
So they're rolling up to have their, join me or die moment. Because I don't need you anymore. Cool. So there's going to be 2 rounds of scenes in which we're going to select a prompt, answer the questions, and play out a brief, 1-minute scene. The wizard will start each round with a fixed prompt, while everyone else will choose from a list. Then the players who selected, so basically every time you do a scene, at the end you roll 2d6 to determine how it goes. And you can add, because this is, you can add 1 to your roll for each of your Act 2 marks up to a bonus of +3. If you have an unfulfilled mark and you're able to incorporate it into a given prompt, go ahead and take the extra +1. You can still roll stuff in, then great, you get a plus for it. We start with the wizard. The wizard's first prompt is to defend the home from direct assault. So the home comes under direct attack from the Supreme Magus's forces. So why don't you describe what happens?
The ship is doing its weird rolling thing along through the forest, and suddenly all the trees disappear, and they didn't disappear because they left. The trees are all gone because they've been hacked down. There's just stumps, right? So they've actually been killing the trees.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And what happens is a bunch of different sort of partially humanoid forms that are made out of water, like Vixel's liquid form, rise up in front of our ship and basically start trying to break through Vixel's shielding to attack the ship, with tendrils and spikes of water, trying to get through.
Awesome. So how do you use your power to repel the first wave of assault?
So for the first wave of assault, I basically just my hair is already white, right? But it rises up from my head and starts glowing like my eyes do when I'm a wolf. And basically just push my arms out in this wave of energy, kind of like the initial blast radius of a bomb without the actual explosive part.
Right.
Comes out from me, but it's not damaging. It's like a wind inside the house. But once it hits outside the house, it actually pushes all of the water off of our ship and back over the moat around the outside. And then at that point, I am going to turn to Aaron. I want to grab, it might take a couple of tries, depending, right? But basically twine my fingers in theirs and look them in the eye and just look. I don't know what's going to happen. I love you. Please stay safe. And then I'm going to jump over the edge of the ship, and as I go, I'm going to transform into a giant white wolf again with white flames streaming from my eyeballs and no pupils, because who needs pupils?
So Aaron doesn't have a chance to react, but
Sorry.
No. That is exactly it explicitly says that you're supposed to do that.
Yes.
I am a super fan of that. Aaron is so shocked by this pronouncement that without thinking, they reach for you and are actually solid enough to like grab a handful of your fur as you like jump over the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
you're
without
coming
thinking
too.
about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so on to the rest of us. So a prompt can be selected more than once, just not by the same player, and our available prompts are foolishly leap into danger, scramble to deal with serious damage to the home, keep the family from panicking at a crucial moment, repel an attack by enemy henchmen, meddle with forces beyond your understanding, or inspire someone to be their best self.
I feel like I know which one I'm picking.
Who wants to go first? Sorry, real quick, we actually need to have Senda, you need to roll to see.
Oh, I didn't actually roll.
Yeah,
Yes, sorry.
That is important.
Right. We're playing a game, not just narrating a story at each other. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 1 is 11.
Yay! Okay, awesome. Yeah, no, it's exactly as badass as you intend. So,
Yes.
Miriam, you said you had an idea for Lament?
I'm gonna meddle with forces beyond my understanding.
Of course you are!
Heck yeah, you are.
Because
Oh, man.
the orb, it starts to glow like as all of this magic is being flying around and everything. And I feel like,
boy.
ooh, maybe I can get some magic back and help.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So I take it and I try to go at Dream with it. I feel like it starts to glow and like I'm maybe starting to sort of understand, wait, no, I can't actually get magic from it. I have to get it from someone else. And I start to pull. I don't necessarily complete it, but I start to pull.
Okay, can I just say explicitly that, like, I am cool with this, but I don't actually want Dream to, like, lose her powers after everything that you put her through?
Yeah, but that's what I meant by it doesn't complete. It's like I understand how the process works by starting to pull,
Sure,
but I don't actually I don't actually drain it.
okay, cool. I just wanted to...
Right. Or do you want to do that to Theris, the
Ooh,
Supreme
actually,
Magus?
yes, I will do that to Theris
Yeah.
instead.
Yes.
Maybe you even have a moment where you start to do it to Dream, and then you're like, oh no. And
Like, no, this is not a good idea. And I kind of like pull back and it just flows back to Dream. And I just get the idea of like, wait, if I can do that to Dream. And I just like a football in my arm, I start charging towards Theris. The silliest idea.
oh my god, it is the most Flash Gordon moment ever. Please roll. That is great.
So I think I added 2 to that. That is a 9 plus 2, 11.
So, like, I think because you don't have powers still, like,
Yeah.
I think, okay, if I...
There's only magic wards.
It's magic words, and I'm just like, magic? I don't have magic, suckers!
I love that.
It doesn't protect you from punches.
Oh, I love it.
I think this is the moment where Aaron turns to Vixel, is, like, desperate. Give me the power to do something.
Do you love Shard?
Aaron is just like, yes! Like, duh!
This is gonna be super gross. You have to drink me. It's the fastest way. We could, if we had more time, I would just like absorb through your pores or something. But
Yeah,
we ain't got the time, honey.
No, first of all, Aaron doesn't let you get that far. You start to explain after you have to drink me, and Aaron is already like. Then they're like, okay, you'd better keep me safe. They basically jump over the side of the ship.
Yes.
The same way that
They pull a Silver Surfer, I
yes,
think.
and I am absolutely foolishly leaping, throwing myself into danger to protect the family.
Mm-hmm.
So that put me up to a +2. Oh, it's a good thing I had that +2. That's a 7.
Oh.
That would have been a failure without it. I think the main thing is it takes both of us working together to make this work, given
And it's a
given
little
that
awkward.
Aaron isn't entirely solid.
Oh, geez, yeah.
So like it like takes a couple tries to like figure it out, but then like once we're like, oh, okay, this is how we do it, then we start tearing shit up. All right, and then that just leaves Vixel.
I think I'm going to focus on the henchman. You have the power of love, and so I can harness that emotional power. And I am giving you I'm solidifying you. So yeah, I think with the other water demons, Vixel wants to try and drive them away and like put up a barrier that they can't get past. So that way the wizards can just deal with the wizard thing. Oops, let me do that again without hitting the mic. The wizards can deal with the wizard thing.
That's great, and I absolutely love the idea of a demon using the power of love to defeat other demons.
7. Again, good thing we made this temporary pact. So it mostly works. But, oh god, I really want to say that the complication though is I end up using the water that is holding the boat aloft. So it just kind of crashes to the ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no, our home!
I mean, it only falls a foot or so it's not like... But
right, yeah.
It's definitely like there's now a giant boat like just sitting on the forest floor. That's going to be a lot harder to deal with.
But yeah, the demons have been pushed out through the power of love.
Shard. So, top of round 2, you're going to surrender your humanity for the power to protect the family. Your power is great, but you're still only one person and you can't hold back if you're going to protect the family. What happens that forces you to surrender your humanity and fully transform into your demonic form? And I want to emphasize, there's going to be a happy ending. Who do you obviously think of as you make the decision to transform?
I mean, obviously.
So yeah, what happens and what does that decision look like and all that?
Dream has shown the Supreme Magus how to have traveling ships like this, and I think the rest of the fleet is arriving right now.
Oh,
So
snap,
this
son!
was the advanced guard, and basically, like, we're now looking at, like, there's 2 wizards and all these water things, but we mostly kind of maybe have it under control, and then, like, over the horizon rises the fleet, right?
The Navy cavalry.
Right, because they're here. They're just going to take down the forest now to get to what they want. They don't need to keep it, right? So I think at that point, I basically go bounding forward because I'm already a giant white wolf with flaming eyes of silver. But I actually get bigger, maybe about half the size of the ship, giant Kipo and the Wonder Beast style wolf.
The parents understand that reference.
Lots of corn throwing going on right now.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
It's such a good show. And I'm just gonna, like, dive into those ships, but, like, so that moment of, like, to actually fully invest in that wolf form, the full wolf form, I as I'm starting to grow, my wolf lips pull back from my teeth and there's a giant snarl. There's like this thought of like Aaron is on that boat, our home with everyone else, and I have to protect them, all of them, but also them. Once I'm not the size of half the ship. I'm the size of the whole ship.
Why not? Go big or go
Just
home.
Go for it. Right? Really big.
Go big as your home.
So then it's the last shot is like this really huge white wolf, and there's not just flames coming from my eyes now. There's like, it's like my fur is almost made out of licking white, like flames, but kind of watery, like they drip and spread through the air like mist a little bit. And like I just dive into that fleet of ships, and I am playing with them like they are wolf toys and like chomping them in half and like tossing them and that kind of thing.
And Aaron, I think you know, because I almost said I'm inside you, and I'm like, well, that's not what I meant.
Wow, that took a turn.
Intimate.
I know, right? Because we're currently combined, so you know that is a wizard going into their full demonic form, and that they're not coming back.
Yep.
And of course, I think Lament also knows that because they were a
Shard.
wizard.
Give me a roll.
Oh yeah, rolling. I have to roll for that. Sure. Good. Great. 6. Geez, I keep rolling 10s, which is great. So that's a 12.
So all of it,
Heck yes.
it is terrifying.
I am an enraged wild creature the size of a ship.
Can you give us a howl?
Ow!
I know
It
what
might be.
I want to do next, but I'm desperate to see what Lament is doing.
I have a pretty cool idea that I think would diet, which is I'm gonna inspire someone to be their best self. And I'm gonna do it by as I actually make contact with the Supreme Magus, who is completely surprised and rather indignant that yet again some gnat manages to do something that is quite
Tiny old woman.
and I start the connection with the Magus, and I look to the giant wolf, and I'm like, well, I hope I can aim well, and I throw the orb to Shard, essentially making Shard being the other end of the connection. So Supreme Magus is being drained, their magical power is being drained into Shard.
The wolf just gets bigger.
Yeah. Catch the ball in your mouth.
Maybe if you have enough power, you will not lose yourself completely.
Oh my goodness, I did not see that coming.
And I just gave up my chance at magic.
Oh, please roll and let me know how this goes.
Okay, so that is a 9 total.
Oh,
Oh boy.
It would be a 10 if I am able to outsmart an enemy to brick the family without telling any of them what you did.
Absolutely.
Then it's a 10.
Oh my god, yes.
You get quite a boost, a Supreme Magus boost.
Wow.
well, and I think Shard doesn't even know. Like, Shard's mouth is just open and like,
I didn't even notice. Swallowed like a seed.
you're just like, yeah, this is a demon
Very
thing, right?
Oh,
like,
I'm past thinking of things like that. That would require humanity.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go next because I wanna set Vixel up to be awesome. The two of us are kind of silver surfering around the battlefield, and Aaron catches a glimpse of Lament up in the Supreme Magus's grill, and like, I have no idea what's happening. I don't know that you've outsmarted anybody. I don't really, but it's just more like, oh, they are also out here fighting. But it's more like, so this is the moment where I forgive someone who harmed me.
oh,
I don't know what to do with that. And I have this moment where like I see a tree. Like there are trees trying to like walk back to the battlefield, and I'm just like, here's what we're gonna do. Remember that thing that we said, how like all the trees are connected to like the super ancient like
this
Yes.
tiny thing detail that we didn't think was actually going to be important and now is in the
Yes.
climax.
Yeah.
Yes.
yes, I
one of my favorite
absolutely
tropes.
want to send the water demon through the magically connected root system to go wake up the giant fucking oak
Tree.
granddaddy.
Oh
tree
my
to
God.
just come smash everything.
Oh my gosh.
And it's such an ancient and powerful thing.
Yes, so
yes.
I'm definitely meddling with forces beyond my understanding.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. No whammies, no whammies. Yeah, that's a 13. I rolled 2 5s.
Yes.
And I hit a mark, so that's a yes, that is a 13. Yeah, I think we just have this moment where, because we're like connected right now, Aaron has the idea, and you're like, yes, you're the last prompt in this confrontation. So take it home.
If I can hit another mark if I grow weak after doing something dramatic to protect the family. So I think doing this is gonna really take me down. Yeah, I'm gonna foolishly leap into that danger, y'all. I'm gonna travel down the roots and, reach myself out to find that oak. And I'm going to tell them about because they know that trees sometimes, die and whatnot, but they didn't realize that trees were being systematically cut down, and they are mad.
Yeah.
This giant ancient thing that is so beyond the laws of magic because they are a magic unto themselves. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, they did it. Oh no.
What?
8.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
8. We're okay.
Okay. So I think the complication is just what we already said. You're like, you basically have to stretch yourself the entire distance from
Right.
where Aaron is to where the oak is.
And I'm losing my cohesion.
Yeah.
I'm getting absorbed. I think I have to drain out of Aaron's body.
So we are going to the last thing that we see before we start resolving things is the giant granddaddy oak showing up.
Yes.
The granddaddy. I like it.
Oakley.
The Supreme Magus's forces just have this moment where they're like, they pause and they look up.
And up and up and up and up.
And I think it roars.
Yep, it sure does. Great. So we are going to pause here. We're going to resolve plot threads, which is going to require a tiny bit of bookkeeping. So as I said, your ability to make choices about the shape of our ending is going to be determined by the number of marks we've hit during. The table here is for if you've played all of the games. So I'm going to be doing some hacking on the fly.
Okay.
But I need people to tell me how many marks they have total.
5 for me. Well, actually 6, because I had to hit that mark in Act 1, so that would be 6.
Yeah, I did also. Oh no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm questioning one of them. I'm gonna say 6.
I only did 5. So for the 3 of us, that's 17. Plus whatever you got, Aaron.
Yeah, sorry. I got 6. So that would be 23. Cool. So I'm going to bump us up one level for a 4-player game. I'm going to say that we're going to get 8 coins. And here's how coins work. We're going to take those coins. We're going to use those coins to resolve plot threads. Rather than having to do a bunch of bookkeeping, I'm just going to say we're going to choose threads in character order. So it will be wizard, demon, monster, and then me. If you look at the chart on the page that says threads, basically we're going to make choices about which plot threads to resolve by selecting a thread and answering the associated questions on the following pages to frame a brief moment, as in the ending montage of a movie. Everyone can make decisions about any thread that they want, even if it's not theirs. If you're not the wizard, you could still resolve the wizard. It's whatever you want to do. If a thread has 2 choices, some of them can be either 1 coin or 2 coins. The person choosing it decides to spend 1 or 2 coins, 1 coin for a partial resolution or 2 coins for a complete resolution. Threads can be chosen in any order, but we might wish to save resolving the declaration of love until after we've decided the outcome of the pact, the wizard, and the cursed. We'll take turns spending coins this way until we're out of coins. This may mean some players get to choose twice while others don't. That's fine. If you don't have enough coins to resolve all of the threads, then some aspect of the ending will be sad or bittersweet. So when you've determined which threads, so yeah, we'll get to that point. We're going to start with Senda and Shard. You choose something and then answer the associated questions to resolve it. And this is basically how we've had our moment of climax, and this is where we're tying everything into a nice little bow in our ending montage.
The happy ending. We got to the happy ending.
We're going to have a happy ending now.
Yay. The good part. I think what I'm going to say is, and I'm finding the right place for this, the pact is broken. The reason the pact is broken is because we found the rest of the water demons. We found them.
But I also found a home because it's your home.
So we fulfilled both of those things, and so the pact is broken, and now Vixel can choose to stay or go as they please.
Is it something you both kind of mutually realize at the same time, or?
I think Vixel realizes it because I'm still a very large wolf. I am definitely still a wolf.
Yeah, the pact is broken. Vixel,
Mm-hmm.
what thread would you like to resolve?
I would like to. Can I just spend my 2 coins up front?
Yeah.
I want the cursed spell to be broken.
Mhm.
It's a good thing you did that because I was going to spend my coins on something else.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Aaron. I mean, there's a bunch of magic flying around. You made a temporary pact with a demon. Like, there's just some weird. The person who cursed you learned a lesson. Like, there's something going on. Yeah. So I think as things calm down, Aaron figures out that they are solid once again.
There's just like so much magic flying around that like it's impossible to say like what did it, you know.
Unless you get to kiss the wizard, then that totally did it.
I think that's how I realized that. So like I think the curse is broken, but I don't realize that it's broken until I try to kiss the wizard.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. And it worked like the first time.
Yes. Yes.
Told you it worked.
Yes.
Lament.
Yeah, I think I would like to spend 1 coin where the enemy's grudge is negated. Because
They're destroyed.
they're no longer magical, just like me, and Shard is now Supreme Magus Shard if Shard chooses.
Oh snap!
Y'all keep assuming I'm gonna be human again. I'm gonna be human.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Double the power, double the fun.
Yep.
Double the wolf.
Actually, you know what? I might spend 2 coins to make peace because Dream kind of is included in that at the moment. And at some point, whenever the dust settles, I go back and truly apologize to Dream and try to make things right.
Oh, I love that.
Oh.
Sorry, is that 5 or 6? So we've got.
I used
the
up
pact.
2.
I think we're at 5. I used 1. They
Yeah,
both
we're
used
at
2.
5.
Yeah, 5. Okay, so we've got 3 coins left, which means it will not make it back around to me, but again, I am fine. We have 3 coins left, and the threads that are unresolved are the wizard, the war, casualties, and the home. I have an opinion about what I would like to see chosen. I would prefer not to be in a relationship with a wolf.
I mean, it was my intent when it came back to me to go back to human. I just didn't want to pick it first.
Well, isn't it your turn now? though?
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Yes,
Oh.
sorry, absolutely. Then I
Cute.
will say yes, the wizard regains the human form.
Yay!
Did you pick
yeah,
something
so,
though, Ash? Oh,
I
yeah,
did.
yeah, okay.
Did I?
Didn't
No, you didn't. It's
I
your
don't think
turn
that you
after
did.
me.
I think it was your turn. So
Okay, well,
you
then no, I picked the
Yeah.
wizard.
okay.
So describe seeing the wizard turn back into a human. Ish.
Ish? Excuse you.
Wizards aren't.
Maybe he likes their meat
Okay.
a little rare.
So you get juiced up on the Supreme Magus's power to the point where you don't actually need Vixel's power to, Hulk out. No, actually, sorry. I think what happens is, so the granddaddy tree shows up and like ever living shit breaks loose. What reminds you of your humanity is your like it's like stomping onto the battlefield, and you're like, oh my god, Aaron.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I catch one of its roots right as it's about to come down on the ship. Like in the
Yeah.
middle of everything. Yeah. Good.
No, our ship can stay.
Yeah, I think you like catch one of its roots as it's about to come down on Aaron.
Yeah,
'cause,
specifically.
like Aaron no longer.
Yeah.
Like Vixel doesn't have the power to like help Aaron Silver Surfer around, and they're like, yeah. So you protect Aaron, and the tree kind of you redirect the tree, and it goes off to smash other things.
Mhm.
And I think
Tree smash.
like Aaron is standing there like completely solid, staring up at you, and it's just like you just change back.
Yeah. And catch them in my arms and kiss them.
Yay!
Do I get to do that part yet? No.
Yes,
Please, can I do that now?
obviously.
And then
Yes.
I just want to, like, are you all right? Right? Like, it's just that moment of, like, catch them in my arms, kiss them, and be like, I'm sorry, are you all right? Before anything else.
Yeah, and like they're not even like they're just like sobbing "I love you" into your hair.
Aw.
Like it's
Oh, I'm so delighted
Cool.
by this entire thing.
okay. We got 2 coins
Two
left.
coins left.
2
Cool.
coins left, and Vixel.
I mean, the way I saw it, I used my 2 coins, so I'm cool if somebody
Okay,
else.
just keep going. You can
chooses.
pick some.
Okay. I think that the war ends quickly because it doesn't actually begin. Because the far off country has like a really superior navy, and the Empire was really
Cut through the forest.
was really counting on that magical force.
And the giant tree just smashed all their ships.
The giant tree just smashed all their ships, and I mean, also we get a peek into the future, since Grand Supreme Magus Theris is gone, ? Or at least not present. I think the college will go back to like maybe even the new Supreme Magus will like detach the island and send it floating off so that it doesn't have to bow down to the Empire's wishes or something.
the new Supreme Magus,
Yes.
me, will use their friendly water demon, you,
Hello.
to steer the island around the ocean wherever we want to go.
Is that our
Yep.
new home now?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the home's not, the home's never restored to its former glory, but that's okay because the home wasn't the real important thing.
So is our last
gosh.
coin to basically be like most casualties are prevented?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that. So we leave the home in the forest.
Yeah.
We're going to go make a new home.
And we all go back to the
In the
college
college.
with Dream,
Dream's the vice
who gets to
principal.
finish her studies. No, she has to finish
Oh,
her own
yeah.
studies.
She was partway through. And
When somebody put a spell on her.
Not.
Look, I still okay. No, I can't really. If I've changed, I can't really blame Marigold. It was me.
No.
Yeah.
I was the dumbass.
Awesome.
You teach the first years. Like
What is it? Magic
here's how
101.
not to be stupid.
Yeah. Magic use and misuse 101. No, magical safety.
Yes.
So, real quick, because we're choosing not to resolve the home, which is great, this is not quite true then. So it says if the home is not restored, then it's never quite the same again. Family continues to live and travel in the home, but it's never restored to its former glory. Well, we don't, actually.
We just left it there.
I think the relevant thing is, what do we miss about the home? Like, it's pretty dope on this, floating island that we're driving around.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just us anymore, right? Like, it's not specific to our found
Yeah.
family.
Yeah. It's isolation. We kind of don't have that privacy anymore.
So because I don't have to keep up the water underneath a ship, like I have the power to basically, and my pact is broken, I have the power to basically remain in shape all the time. And sometimes I kind of miss my balls.
That's how it ends.
If not anybody else wants to say anything, I will cut it and put it before that so we end on I miss my balls. Because how else are we going to end the final episode?
I miss my balls.
I think...
It's so late, y'all. I'm so tired.
I think what Aaron misses is the home is where they fell in love with
Aww.
Shard.
I mean, maybe we go back, we fix it up into like a vacation spot.
I think we do. I think
Yeah,
we
not
absolutely
quite
fix
the
it up into
same.
like a cottage.
Yeah, but it stays there now.
Yeah.
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 It's no longer mobile.
It's in one place. The tree
Is it
did
really
that
a
to
ship
us.
then?
The tree left it, and it's like, this will stay here forever.
Yeah.
So we can always.
I mean,
find
is it really a ship
it's just
then
shaped
if
like a
it
ship.
doesn't move?
Now it's a ship-shaped house.
Does anyone else have anything that they miss about the home?
No.
Not
Okay.
after we,
No.
Awesome.
not
That's
after we got to
Senda.
Pixel's balls. That was it. We're done.
So
We're done. Oh my
yeah, I think the last shot is just you know, us visiting our forest ship cottage,
Oh,
I love it.
and that's our traveling home.
Thank you so much for coming on and playing it. Since I know that this
Thank
is
you.
like not going to hit Kickstarter until a couple months into the new year, and we are ending this show before then, but we still wanted to have it on. Is there any place that people can follow for updates or information about the Kickstarter so they can find it when it goes up?
Yeah, absolutely. People can follow me on Twitter. I've been, you know, posting intermittently about the game's progress, but I absolutely will be posting many updates on Twitter when, you know, it is closer to the Kickstarter about where people, you know, the campaign page and how people can follow it. So my handle on Twitter is Wundergeek, WUNDER Geek. That's the main place.
Cool. Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on and running this for us.
yeah. Miriam, where
Yes.
can people find you again?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at media_junkie. That's usually where I post stuff. Yeah, I think the other place would probably be Utopia. That's where I spend a lot of my time now.
Can you
which
spell
is,
Utopia for people?
Yes, it is HUETOPIA.
Great.
And as soon as we have things to announce, we will announce them.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna be a future host for this for the child show. Piggybacking off
so
of
we
this.
really, really hope that you've enjoyed our final episodes, and we also really, really hope that you will go check out the new show that Miriam's going to be doing live.
So,
Oh, Andy, we can't do this. We have to do this in post. We can't do it live.
I'm
It's okay.
sorry.
I know. Okay.
I just this has meant
it's
so
been-
much to me. This podcast. Okay, I need to eat.
Yeah, we're going to go eat tiramisu, and everything's going to be fine. Thank you both so much for A, playing this with us, and B, all of the other things. And C, Ash, I love your game. Whole huge bunches. And
This is an amazing game.
really, really
can't wait.
nice game.
play
Thank
it
you.
more.
I had such a great time playing it with you all. It was extremely fun and very lovely. So thank you very much for playing it with me and for giving, you know, helping me to promote it so that I can do a capitalism.
yes. I would like you to successfully do a capitalism with this.
She plays a maid, she's got me under her spell. She plays a fighter with her eyes set to kill. I play, and I can't look away. Yeah.
Did we roll a single six
No,
or under?
I don't think we did.
We did not, and I am fine.
no.
with that.
Wow.
But
You know what?
also, like, that's
Dice gods.
like the secret sauce of, like, in PBTA design. If you give someone a +3, it's extremely hard to fail.
Yeah.
Statistically. So the secret sauce is once people figure out that they can basically always succeed if they hit their marks. Is my sneaky design way of being like, hit your
Making
marks.
people hit their marks. Yeah, I cut onto that one.
We hope you enjoyed episode 147 of She's a Super Geek. I hope you enjoyed every episode of She's a Super Geek because Senda and I definitely did. Keep an eye out on Miriam and Ash's social media accounts to see what they're up to. Our theme song is Rock and Roll Play Baby by Kieran Strange. You can find music, tour dates, and merchandise online, kieranstrange.com, or on Twitter at kieranstrange. We love you all so much. Thank you.
Defenses